Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
A man from Larimore, North Dakota was arrested for allegedly assaulting a woman early this afternoon in Grand Forks. Police say it happened in the 1400 block of 15th Avenue South this afternoon and that the man was allegedly trying to steal the woman's property. They arrested 25-year-old Jerry Howard for aggravated assaults. We are now getting a look at the man who was arrested after going to the Toasted Frog in Grand Forks, allegedly armed with a knife. Grand Forks police say Darren Drummer faces charges of aggravated assault and terrorizing, among other charges. Authorities say it happened just before 6 Saturday evening. Drummer was gone when they arrived at the restaurant, but officers tracked him down in the 4800 block of Belmont Road. Anyone who witnessed what happened Saturday night is encouraged to call police. 3 months after being hit by a driver in downtown Fargo while walking across the street, a Fargo man is showing significant progress, but he still has a ways to go in healing from that traumatic brain injury. Today, the community spent time showing him they're along for his journey. Valley News Team's Katie Opperly found out how special a show for Joe really was today.
Joe Sweegarden is on the long road to recovery after falling victim to a hit and run.
Tell your children that you love them and life is short. Yeah. And make every moment of it. Because you never know when you're going to get a call in the middle of the night like we did.
The driver left the scene, and when police arrived, it's reported they found Joe unconscious in the street.
Well, I witnessed what happened to Joe.
Chris was a complete stranger, but a bystander to the incident. He had not had the opportunity to meet Joe until today, but he wanted to do something to help.
Originally, I had an idea to put on a show for him, and then the outreach from the community and all the businesses and just everyone that's gotten involved, it's taken on a life of its own.
While Joe has steadily made improvements over the last 3 months, Chris has been on a mission to organize an event that would bring the community together in support of Joe's recovery.
I couldn't do this by myself. It was, it just started out as an idea, and everyone else has really taken off with it. And it's really beautiful to see that so many people can put their time and effort into this.
Friends, family, and people from throughout the community are here to ensure Joe and his family have the resources they need for the recovery process ahead. His parents say that he has come such a long way since that dreadful August day.
From where we were and where we are now, we're feeling blessed. We are very blessed and we are very faith-filled people. We're grateful for all the prayers and all the love and everything from where we were till now.
They say the marathon that is his recovery will continue as Joe receives language and cognitive therapy. But for now, they're just thankful he stands before them with a smile on his face.
Grateful is the word of the day. Grateful for his recovery, grateful that he's here. Grateful for the love and support.
In Fargo, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
You can make a donation to the cause at any Wells Fargo location or online. We also have a link on our website, valleynewslive.com. Just click on this story. If you have a flight leaving Fargo tonight bound for Chicago, you might want to double check that it hasn't been canceled or delayed. We know of one incoming flight to Fargo and 2 departing ones that were canceled earlier today because of blizzard conditions in Chicago. But that's nothing compared to flights nationwide. The Chicago Tribune reports as of earlier this evening, more than 600 flights were canceled at O'Hare and more than 120 were canceled at Midway. Heavy snow, strong winds, and travel headaches are expected in the upper Midwest. The National Weather Service says the storm could produce blizzard conditions in the hardest hit areas, and it's all happening on the busiest travel day of the Thanksgiving weekend. We did not see anything like that in our area today, but it was cold. Some might even say brutal, with teens for highs, and it sounds like they'll be sticking around. But before we get to that, let's find out what's happening tonight. Justin?
Thank you, Andrea, and good evening, everybody. We did not get the snow, but we definitely got the cold air, and it is going to stick around for at least the next couple of days. Here's what we're looking at right now. Temperatures across the region into the single digits. These are air temperatures right now. The only exception to that out toward Jamestown, they're seeing a current temperature of 13 degrees. Combine that with a northerly wind of 10 to 25 miles per hour, and we have very cold wind chills right now. Wind chill of 11 below zero in Devil's Lake. Fargo seeing a wind chill of 8 below, and most of us between 0 and 10 below zero in terms of the wind chill. That's only going to get a few degrees colder as we go through the overnight, with partly cloudy to mostly clear skies, maybe a passing snow shower like we've seen today, but most of us will stay dry with partly cloudy skies during the overnight as temperatures fall back to around 0 to 5 degrees for lows, and we keep that wind northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So definitely be prepared for cold air tonight and through the next couple of days. We'll tell you when we warm up and when our next chance of some snow is. That is later in the newscast.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Justin. As Thanksgiving Day leftovers start making their way from the fridge to the trash, Christmas decorations will start going up. So we decided to look at the pros and cons between real trees and artificial ones. Valley News Team's Joshua Pagero looks at the differences.
At the parking lot of the Nativity Church in Fargo, you'll find a row of Christmas trees.
Fraser is probably our most popular tree that we see sold.
There are 7 different species that are as short as 4 feet to as tall as 11 feet.
And as you can see, I'm 6 feet tall. This is a rather large tree.
Jens Anderson is with the Nativity Church Knights of Columbus. Every year they sell more than 400 trees. These in particular came from a farm in Michigan.
Number one thing you want to do is make sure you've got a good water on the tree. If you're not watering it regularly, it's going to dry out and the needles are going to fall very easily.
At Home Furniture, the store's lobby has a display of artificial trees. If you thought you'd be missing out on that pine smell by buying one, think again.
We actually sell the pine smell here.
Sales manager Brandon Claw says artificial trees are more convenient.
You don't have the cleanup. Not really, there's no fire hazard with ornamenting an artificial tree. It takes away the hassle of putting the actual lights on the trees. They're already built in.
But as both sides debate which tree is best this holiday season, we caught up with Philomena Reese, who drove 45 miles from Alice, North Dakota to buy a tree in Fargo.
The smell, the feel of it.
Reese says a real tree is part of her family tradition.
We've always done it, and we have a big family, and I got a big house and got a place for it, and just because I don't know, it's just something special for us for Christmas.
Christmas for her is about bringing her family together. In Fargo, Joshua Pagero, Valley News Live.
If you're still unsure between the two, we're told artificial trees have a shelf life of 5 to 10 years, although the lights may go out. Real trees, good for only one season. A popular holiday train is making its 20th annual festive journey through the U.S., and that includes stops in North Dakota and Minnesota. The Canadian Pacific Holiday Train is bringing cheer to hundreds of communities along its network. If you attend, you're encouraged to make either a food or monetary donation that will benefit a local food shelter.
When we have a holiday train show, we bring the train to a stop. About 15 minutes later, we'll drop that stage. We've got a traveling band on board. They'll come out, they'll play a show. It's a totally free show, and all we ask is that people who attend, please bring a donation if you're able.
In Minnesota, the holiday train will stop in Detroit Lakes on December 13th at 2:30, then Mahnomen at 4:20 that same day, and Thief River Falls at 7:30 that evening. In North Dakota, the train will stop in Enderlin on December 14th at 9:05 p.m., then Carrington on December 15th at 1:30 in the afternoon, and that same day in Harvey at 3:45. The train will wrap up its trip in Saskatchewan on December 16th. Later on Valley News Live at 10, the Trump administration faces criticism as scientists again issue grave warnings about climate change. That's still ahead.